When Tom Coughlin first took over as head coach of the New York Giants, he didn't simply walk into the role. He arrived with the intensity of a military commander. His background coaching in college in Jacksonville shaped him into a no-nonsense leader who believed discipline and structure were non-negotiable. His approach was unrelenting, and in the early days it worked to a degree. But over time, both ownership and the team's player council pulled him aside with a simple message. "Coach, you need to lighten up." To his credit, Coughlin adjusted his style without losing the backbone of his philosophy: accountability. That balance eventually produced multiple Super Bowl championships. The lesson was clear. Starting strict and easing up can work, but starting soft and then trying to turn tough rarely earns respect. This principle holds true in sports, parenting, and even corporate management. Once people know you only as the friendly, easygoing leader, it's nearly impossible to suddenly become the enforcer without losing credibility. The media's role in shaping perception only adds another layer to this dynamic. They choose favorites, often based on personality and accessibility. Brian Flores, for instance, was never a media darling. He kept things closed off, didn't offer easy sound bites, and gave reporters little access. Urban Meyer in college football had a similar relationship with the press, successful but distant. By contrast, Pete Carroll at USC made himself available, told stories, and welcomed cameras, which earned him glowing coverage. When Flores took over the Miami Dolphins, he walked in with the same uncompromising demeanor he had shown elsewhere. He dismantled the existing culture in the first 8 weeks, during which the team went 1-7. Then came the shift. From week 9 until his firing, Miami played sharp, disciplined football, with one of the lowest penalty rates in the league and special teams that were consistently well prepared. They had an identity, even if not everyone in the building liked him. Fast forward to the Mike McDaniel era, and the picture looks different. McDaniel's style is charismatic, witty, and player-friendly. While it creates a comfortable atmosphere, Miami has been among the most penalized teams in the NFL under his leadership. Building accountability after the fact is a much steeper climb than establishing it from the beginning. The difference was clear in a recent joint practice between Miami and Detroit. Observers called it one of the most lopsided sessions they had ever seen. Lions linebacker Grant Stewart even remarked, "I don't know if they practice like we do," a subtle but pointed critique of Miami's preparation. McDaniel dismissed the comment as noise, but it underscored the reality. Flores' Dolphins had a defined culture, while McDaniel's version is still searching for one. History supports the notion that coaches who start strict can later loosen up without losing authority. Jim Harbaugh at Stanford, the 49ers, and Michigan is a prime example. But those who begin as everyone's buddy, like Jason Garrett or Wade Phillips, often find that trying to become the disciplinarian later simply doesn't stick. Shifting from football operations to the intersection of sports and celebrity, Taylor Swift has recently become one of the most talked about figures in the NFL orbit. Appearing on Travis and Jason Kelce's New Heights podcast, she reignited the debate over her presence at Chiefs games last season. Some fans insisted she was overexposed during broadcasts, but the reality is she averaged only about 34 seconds of screen time per game. Networks have always shown celebrity spouses and partners, David Beckham's Spice Girl appearances, Kate Upton supporting Justin Verlander. It's part of the spectacle. The criticism also overlooks a simple truth. Celebrities tend to date other celebrities. In America, our royal family isn't made up of monarchs, but athletes, actors, and pop icons. And Swift isn't just passively attending games, she's actually immersed herself in the sport. On the podcast, she recalled yelling in excitement when the Chiefs drafted Xavier Worthy, and even discussed learning about coverages like Cover 2 and Cover 4. This is more than casual fandom. It's genuine interest. From the NFL's perspective, her presence is a gift. The league thrives on personalities, narratives, and big moments, and Swift's involvement brings in new audiences, particularly female fans. She even pointed out that while some viewers may have tuned in initially just to see her, many stayed because they discovered how exciting the game itself is. That's not just good PR, it's good business. The selective outrage from fans is puzzling, especially when decades of Fireman Ed shots during Jets games or Cheesehead Guy appearances in Green Bay never drew the same complaints. As for the idea that Swift and Kelce are using each other, it doesn't hold up under scrutiny. Kelce was already one of the league's most recognizable stars, with Super Bowl rings, magazine covers, and even hosting Saturday Night Live before the relationship. They simply exist in the same world where constant public attention is normal. They understand each other's realities in ways most people cannot. Ultimately, both stories, Miami's shifting football culture and Swift's unexpected NFL fandom, highlight the same core truth: identity matters. In football, that identity is built on accountability, and it's hardest to create when you don't start with it. In celebrity culture, identity is shaped by shared experiences at the highest levels of fame, and when it intersects with sports, it's less a calculated move than a natural collision.